was amazing. Like the animation was absolutely stunning, and I went in with like no expectations, and I came out completely floored.
It was incredible. I honestly never expected that the animation was going to be as on par with the story for Gundam.
I loved it so much. Yeah, it was incredible. I was enjoying the whole time.
It was excellent. I'm still a bit of a new-ish Gundam fan. Only watched Witch from Mercury and 00, but I'm looking forward to watching the OG now.
こんにちは、ゆこです。いつもご視聴ありがとうございます。日本で今年1月に公開されたガンダムシリーズ最新作、モビルスートガンダムジークアクス・ビギニングがついにニューヨークで初公開されました。この作品はエヴァンゲリオンシリーズを手掛けるスタジオカラーとガンダムシリーズを手掛けるサンライズがコラボしてできたガンダムシリーズ最新作で、映画の後はテレビシリーズへと続きます。日本ではジークアクスは公開されていますが、アメリカでは2月28日に全米各シアターで一般公開されます。チケットは各シアターにて販売中です。ニューヨークではこの2月にジャパンソサエティで北米プレミア上映会がありました。このプレミア上映会は特別イベントで、なんとチケットには豪華なギフトがついていました。まずガンダムのエコバッグ、巨大ポスター、そしてクリアファイルです。会場ではキャラクターと一緒に写真が撮れる巨大パネルも用意されていて、ファンには最高のイベントとなりました。
So are you a long-time Gundam fan?
3 generations of Gundam fan. Then my parents were kind of into it, and my grandpa built the models.
3 generation? How did you discover Gundam in the first place?
Stole my older siblings' Turn A Gundam figure. My model kits got me into art school because of that.
Oh wow. Yeah. So do you have a collection of the models?
Oh yeah, we have about 140 Revive Zaku's.
Wow! How much did you spend?
Okay, so if they're $22 here, let's say a conservative estimate is $150 at this point. Without tax, $3,300.
ニューヨークにもたくさんのガンダムファンがいるので、できる限りたくさんの方々のお話を聞いてきました。今日の動画では英語がたくさん出てくるので、休憩しながら最後まで見てほしいなと思います。
Yeah, so are you guys a long time like Gundam fan?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How many years?
Over 20.
Over 20. How did you discover Gundam?
Gundam Wing.
Gundam
Wing on
Tsunami.
We're from that generation.
And then since then, did you go back to the old series? Or?
Yeah, we went to 079 and we went to Turn A. And since we've been watching even more, like After War X, and
we're in the middle of G Gundam right now because I only watched that when it was airing on TV. Never got to see all of it.
Yeah, I always saw G Gundam out of order.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite series?
Witch from Mercury.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Witch from Mercury, and then 0079 and Turn A are really close seconds.
Are you a long-time Gundam fan?
Yeah. I think I saw Gundam Wing on Toonami when I was like 9 or 10 years old. Yeah, I think that was the intro.
He only from him.
Yeah.
So like, what's your favorite series?
Right now I'm watching Gundam Zeta, and I think that's my favorite right now.
What do you think of this Gundam design and all?
Really excited. I'm a big Evangelion fan, and excited to see what it all looks like. And
are you a long-time like Gundam fan?
Yeah, I've liked it for a pretty long point at this. I'm not all that old, but I'd say like a good 10 at this point. So
how did you discover Gundam in the first place?
So I remember I ran into the kits without knowing what they were entirely, and then I kind of reverse engineered that to go back and find all the shows. Like Build Fighters was kind of airing around then, so I remember watching that, and it kind of helped get me into all the other stuff.
So what's your favorite Gundam series?
Probably Thunderbolt the most. I think that one just has really good vibes to it.
Yeah, been watching since the original. Although I wasn't born before that time, but you gotta look back in the classics,
So what's your favorite series?
It would have to be, it's a tie actually. I know people, they like to, say that Gundam SEED is lame, but I grew up with that. I personally like that, but I also like the Zeta Gundam series.
Are you a long-time Gundam fan?
Yes.
How many years?
Since 2000.
So how did you discover Gundam?
Really first started when Gundam Wing was airing on Toonami, and I liked it, and I started watching more Gundam.
Not super hardcore, but I liked it since I guess whenever was it Gundam Wing on Toonami. Yeah, and then I liked Turn A Gundam. Yeah, I dip in and out. I like the original one too, like 70s. Or was that 80s? Yeah, and then.
But you weren't born back then.
No, but I went back and watched it on. I think it's on Crunchyroll. And I really liked the Netflix animated Hathaway. That was really good too.
I'm sort of new to the fandom. I watched Iron-Blooded Orphans and a few of the newer series, but this is my first time actually watching an actual Gundam film in general. Although this is a compilation, I'm very excited to see it, and it has a very unique art style to it. And I know some of the people behind it also worked on Fooly, which was one of my favorite series. So I think seeing sort of blending of like Gundam as well as that kind of aesthetic, I think is going to be fantastic.
How did you discover Gundam in the first place?
I was like in elementary school in the States when Gundam Wing started airing here, which I think kind of was a lot of the US Americans' introduction to Gundam. Yeah.
So what's your favorite series?
Probably Gundam 0080, War in the Pocket. Yeah, from I think the early 90s. Yeah.
今日の動画では映画を見た方々の生の感想が出てきます。その中には映画の内容について話しているものもあるのでネタバレになる可能性があります。映画は現在日本でも公開中でアメリカでは2月26日から一般公開されるのでぜひ先に映画を見てからこの映画を見てほしいなと思います。
How did you like the film?
Oh, it was awesome. The recreation and the kind of alternate events from the original series, the beginning, was so cool. And getting the new type Flash, it felt like such a nostalgia trip, but invigorated into something new.
How did you like the design?
I love it. You can see kind of the Evangelion inspiration, and the way it moves is so fluid yet mechanical. It's definitely something unique, and it's a joy to watch.
I just finished watching GQuuuuuX.
Yes. What did you think about it?
Oh, it's really fun. I can't wait to see the actual series. The animation is beautiful, and all the classic music that they had from the original Gundam. It really had me hyped.
How many years are you a fan?
I actually just became more recently. I'd say around 2016. I really started with G Gundam, and then I went to I should have started with the beginning, but I really went to G Gundam. Then I went to SEED Destiny. Then I started Witch from Mercury. I got started watching the rest of them too.
It was amazing. I definitely think this is going to be a really great Gundam series. I am very excited for it. I brought my little guy, Viziong, with me, my favorite mobile suit. I really hope Viziong does appear later on in GQuuuuuX.
So how did you like the film?
Honestly, I mean, I enjoyed it. I'm actually quite excited to see how it's what the series is gonna like go into, because I really went into this blind, so I didn't expect this to be like an alternate like UC timeline.
So how did you like the film?
I loved it. It was amazing. Yeah, I've been a Gundam fan for years now, and just to see like this alternate take on the history was, I mean, we were just losing our minds in the seats, just trying to keep quiet every time a character came up, every time something new was talked about that like was a reference to like an old Gundam thing that they just twisted in a whole new way. It was amazing. I loved it. Yeah, they recreate so many of the original shots from it. We've watched that first Gundam episode so many times. With all the shots that they like recontextualize. Yeah. It's incredible. Yeah. So they did an amazing job with it. Yeah.
So how did you like the design?
Oh my gosh, the mechanical design is so incredibly good. Just kind of looking at everything and seeing like it's seeing where like you can see why a part is on it. Everything feels like it has a reason to be there. All the mechanical design just feels so good and so like real. It's incredible. And seeing all of the like new takes on like old designs, like can I say? I don't know if I can say. I don't know if I can say. Okay, cool. Seeing the Zaku's kind of remade. Seeing the Gundam, the several Gundams, lots of them. The Big Zam. I was so happy seeing Big Zam. The Big Zam. Yeah. That's the big one. I wasn't sure if I was allowed to say that, but oh my gosh, Big Zam. Right before we came here, she was like, "Called shot. Big Zam's gonna." We We were so excited. Yeah, I loved it so much. Yeah, it was incredible. I was enjoying the whole time. I couldn't stop smiling. My face hurts.
So how did you like the film tonight?
It was incredible. I honestly never expected that the animation was going to be as on par with the story for Gundam in this many years. Insane to see.
I read the manga. I have the original manga of it. I think what's a little interesting about it is they decided to try to put into perspective more about Char and try to incorporate a sort of universe where he decides to be the guy that takes on Side 6 and whatnot. And I didn't expect this at all, that they would try to tie in the original onto their own version of the GQ.
I thought it was amazing. Like the animation was absolutely stunning, and I went in with no expectations, and I came out completely floored. Actually, so
have you watched Gundam before or first time?
Yeah, I watched it before when I was really young, so it's been almost 20 years now. So returning to it in this way has been pretty amazing, actually.
Hi. So how did you like the film today?
It was really exciting. I went in knowing not a lot, so I was kind of blown away. I knew there was some derivative stuff. I had no idea how much. There was a lot of parts that obviously fans would be like, no way. But at the same time, I think the new stuff that's included is really fascinating. I really like Take's character designs, and I am really excited to see the direction it goes in.
Have you watched Gundam?
Of course. I've watched 79 twice. I'm getting through Zeta right now. I've watched a ton of side stuff.
So what do you think, what attracting people, in the world?
I think my friend asked me a similar question just earlier, and I really think it is that, there's so much core stuff with the Universal Century, but there's also so many alternative places to jump in. And no matter what, it's going to be Gundam. Even if it's completely different, it could be totally different timeline or setting, but it still has that sort of core excitement, especially as I was saying to my friend earlier, we haven't had a ton of mecha over the 2010s, so I think having a consistent output of oh, it's going to be Gundam, it's going to be big, that's very exciting for fans.
Yeah. これからもいろんなニューヨークをご紹介していきたいと思っています。チャンネル登録してまた遊びに来てくださると嬉しいです。では今日もご視聴ありがとうございました。Thank you for watching.